Welcome to the FSM Sales Confessional, the show where real sales reps share their toughest struggles completely anonymously, from losing big clients to clashing with management or just feeling stuck. This is your space to be real. Each episode, I pick a few letters that hit hard, and I respond with honest, tactical advice to help you move forward. No fluff, just real talk. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of the FSM Sales Confessional. My name is Jenna Caranta, and I'm the voice behind the show. And thank you again to Promo Corner for having me and for giving me this incredibly safe space to serve the real voices in the industry and really the sales reps and the sales managers, the sales leaders who don't always get heard. So today I've got three letters. All right, so three letters. I got three responses for the folks out there fighting for alignment, fighting to be recognized, and looking for a reason to really keep pushing. So I'm going to dive into it. All right. Here's the first letter that I received. Here we go. Woo! Dear Burnout Growth Architect. All right, here we go, guys. I have been in and had a love for this industry for over 20 years. There have been so many mentors throughout my career who displayed an incredible amount of emotional intelligence while still being able to provide empathy, structure, guidance, and support without being a micromanager or a productivity assassin. Recently, a change in leadership has upended company culture. Many have transitioned out, and those that remain visible are burned out, trying to stay above water and fearing leaving their colleagues behind. Here's the question. How long should people wait to see if the road smooths out before there is no more gas in the tank? That's why I started this show. I wanted to support sales reps that just were going through this, right? Like, okay, I've been there. All right. So here's my answer, okay? Challenge recap, longtime industry pro, right? Struggling with leadership change. That's wrecked culture, essentially, burning people out, looking for clarity. All right. Here's my answer. For you, whoever you are, okay, I created what I'm now calling my FSM alignment audit. I created it last weekend for whoever you are. So really, I just want you to start thinking right now, like, are you burned out? Are you bored? We're going to face it. All right. So I'm going to walk you through this, and whoever wants it, email me, hit me up on LinkedIn, Instagram. I'll send you a hard copy of it because I made one. Here's a quick drill. Okay. Here's what you can do. All right. Take a piece of paper. You're going to draw three columns. All right. In the first column, I want you to write down current position. This is where you're going to write down what energizes you versus what drains you. The next column, I want you to write current company. I want you to write down what you're aligned with versus maybe some friction, right? And then in the third column, I want you to write down current career. I want you to write down really what fits right now, and then also maybe what no longer fits. I mean, kind of applies to a lot of relationships, right? So once you identify kind of where the breakdown is, I think my recommendation is I would start that right conversation. With leadership, at this point, it wouldn't be an emotional conversation. This is way more strategic once you're able to kind of figure out energy versus what drains you, what you're aligned with versus where some friction could be for you, and then what fits right now for you, and then really what no longer does, you know? And I would say I'm even going to go the next step further. So I guess you're taking notes, take notes. All right. Three conversation starters for you that you can use once you've diagnosed kind of where the pattern is for you and where the breakdown is for you. Here's one question, right? I wrote this for you as well, you know. Hey, I've done some reflection on where I'm getting drained. Just say it, right? And it's not about the work. It's not about where the structure. It's really where there could be some misalignment. Just call it out. I feel like there's some misalignment. Can we talk about that? Maybe you're just saying, hey, I noticed that my energy loss is coming from unclear vision or unclear this. I'd love to understand, what success is supposed to look like right now. Just get that support. Or maybe you're just going to come up front and say, hey, I've mapped out where I feel energized versus where I feel stuck? Can I earn time to talk about that with you? So I wrote some questions down. I call this my FSM alignment audit. Whoever wants it, hit me up. I'll give it to you. I'll just screenshot it to you if that's cool. But this really is a calm and a clear approach, I think, and prompts you to kind of like invite a collaborative conversation out of it, you know? So really not a complaint, not emotional. I hope that helped. I get so nervous. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, if leadership responds, I think, with like resistance, if that's the approach, if you get any resistance, if you get dismissal, I hate to use that word, but if you get dismissal, I think you have your answer, right? If the structure is broken and it's time for you to think about something else, I would be strategic about it and bang out those columns, right? Like what energizes you versus what drains you, where your alignment is versus maybe where you're having some friction, and then maybe what fits right now, and then also what no longer does. And I think once you kind of get that down, that really does allow you to start the conversation. Okay. Whew. I get so nervous. Okay. I really hope this is helping. All right. Okay. All right. Let's jump into question number 2. All right. Question number 2. Thank you guys for sending your questions in and for trusting me. I read them all. Thank you. All right. Question number 2. Here it is. Okay. This one gets me. All right. Dear ground down by the grind. Oh my gosh. My company has become hyper-focused on sales numbers and immediate results, and this has reduced us sales managers to little more than just order takers. We answer emails, we give quotes, we enter orders. This is not sales, this is customer service. I agree. No bueno. We are creative thinkers, and we're in this fascinating world of promo. We want to be more proactive and offer solutions to our customers. We have become more of a company that offers the same thing as everyone else. While there's an entire team of salespeople, this is what got me. There's an entire team of salespeople whose gifts are going to waste. That got me. We want to be more proactive and engaging so we can uncover those projects that we're not currently getting. Here's a question. How can we convince the powers to be that they are wasting valuable resources by turning good salespeople into order entry folks? Okay, this one really chapped my hide. All right, cheers. Liquid Death Water, sponsor me. All right. Okay, so here's the challenge recap, all right? Salespeople are being reduced to order entry. Creativity is dying. They want to be proactive. Gosh, sales reps want to sell, guys, not react like customer service reps. All right, they feel underutilized and want to change that, all right? So here's my answer. A while ago, when I was VP of sales at a previous company, I wrote myself a set of questions so I can better lead my team, but also I wanted my team to understand themselves more, okay? And so I wrote what I call my FSM talent discovery session questions. If anybody wants it, hit me up. I'm gonna run through them right now. If you want them, I'll give them to you in a hard copy, all right? So here's the questions that I would ask myself, whoever sent this to me, this is what I would ask myself if I were you, thinking about like, how can I go to my leaders and say, I can do this, you're not using this, you're leaving money on the table, you're wasting resources. Here is my tactic, all right? Let's run through these questions. There's 8 of them, okay? They'll be quick. And then from there, you guys should be set for success to go start a conversation. Here's the first question, all right? What hobbies or interests do you have outside of work, and have they ever shown up in your role? I'll give an example. I can't believe I'm talking about this. Literally never talk about this. For a very long time, I did stand up and improv. I realized that my clients benefit from that. They benefit from my ability to mirror and active listen. So guys, think about what hobbies you have and what interests you have outside of this industry and start talking about those things. Bring those up. How have those shown up in your role now? There's one question, right? Here's another question. What projects energize you the most? If you guys feel there's money being left on the table somewhere and your skill set, let's start to articulate what projects energize you the most. So you can go just be open and say that, right? So we'll piece this together. Here's another question. What parts of your company's offering do you feel most passionate about? Operations, customer service, sales, what is it? Here's another one. Have you ever thought of, be a little selfish on this one, be honest with yourself. Have you ever thought of, if I could do this, I would do this differently by blank, or I could do this better if ... Think about anything. Could be a project, could be something somebody just dropped. I would have done this differently by, or I could do this better if. Just write that down. Here's another one. Is there a side initiative you've always wanted to launch internally? Maybe that is a skill set that your company is leaving on the table. If you're sitting on an idea, let's unfold that. Let's unpack that. Let's explore that, right? Here's another one. This one's great. What talents do you have that you've never used in your role? Write that down. Here's another one. Have you ever wanted to create something new for sales or marketing or whatever role you're in for whatever your department? Last one. What training or development would help you thrive? All right. So again, here's a recap of the challenge, all right? Salespeople are being reduced at this company into order entry. They have skill sets that their leadership are not taking advantage of. They're not using. Obviously, this person wants to go talk to their leadership team and say, hey, I feel underutilized. Run through these FSM talent discovery questions. I think they'll start to have your back a little bit and help you kind of pinpoint how you can start the conversation. I'm even going to give you some prompts, all right? Let me give you where I would use these questions, kind of the environment. Trade show downtime. We all have trade shows. We all know it. Hey, I was thinking about something, right? Trade show downtime, driving in the field. If you're driving with your employee, you want to ask the question. If you're driving with your leader and say, hey, I thought about this, bring it up. If you're happy hour, getting a bagel or frozen yogurt, I don't know what people getting some tea or coffee or something with your boss. Maybe that's a good time. Maybe you just want to text your boss. Hey, you crossed my mind. I want to share something with you. YOLO. Or maybe you're thinking about your employee. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I wanted to ask you this. Just ask. It's a relationship. All right. Anyways, or maybe you just want to put a survey together. I've done that, and that's pretty powerful. Okay. So anyways, sales reps, here's 3 ways you can sort of prompt yourself to kind of get in front of your leader and bring some of this stuff up. All right. So number 1, right? I wrote this down. You could just, after you do the FSM questions, hey, I've been reflecting on where I might be underutilized. Might work if you're dating or if you're like trying to, strengthen. I mean, it works in any relationship. Hey, I want to do more of this for you. Just say that, right? All right. You can even say, hey, I feel like I'm being underutilized. You could even say, would you be open to me sharing a few ideas on, how I could add more value? Just say that. Here's another one. All right. I wrote this down. I've noticed I've got a few strengths that aren't showing up in my current workload. Can I earn 10 minutes on your calendar to talk about it? If I had a team and one of my employees sent that to me, I'd be like, what? I'd pick up the phone and be like, can I earn time with you? Let's go, All right. Number 3, if there's ever room to stretch beyond my daily workflow, I've used this one. If there's ever room or, for me to do more, I can do more. I have more time. I'd love to explore where I could be more impactful. All right. So these are 3 questions. Again, this is a long one. Sorry. Here's the recap. Skill sets underutilized, wanting to talk to leaders. Hey, I'm being underutilized. Figure out where you're being underutilized, including what parts of your company you feel most passionate about, interests you have outside of work that your team or your clients are benefiting from. All helpful stuff, right? And then I think once you've gathered the insights from those questions, that's probably some pretty solid reflection for you. I would just go ham. Just go YOLO. I mean, what do you have to lose? Just go talk about it. It's not complaining. It's called value mapping. All right. Okay. 3rd one. I hope that's helpful. I also hope whoever submitted these questions is watching this. All right. Last question. Last submission, I should say. All right. Dear Screwed Over. Goodness gracious, this one's tough too. Okay. Dear Screwed Over. All right. I worked really hard to grow my sales, and in 1 year, I added an additional 1.5 million, ending the year close to 3 million. Last year, I was at 1.5, all thanks to FSM. This is obviously a graduate of mine. This is obviously somebody that's gone through my 6-week sales academy. So, all right. My contract states I get a bonus on additional revenue above the goal set, which I exceeded. And I am now being told no bonus because it's not how my new manager would have set up my contract. I love my customers, but see my company's values changing in ways that don't align with me. And honestly, I'm ready to throw in the towel and leave the distributor side. Here's the question. How do you handle working for a distributor who is screwing you over after working so hard? And what do you suggest doing with your companies when your company's values are drastically changing, but you really love your customers? Oh my gosh, it's got me. It's like, it still gets me because like whoever wrote this, I hope you're watching. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for submitting this and for giving me an opportunity to just support you, and hope you're watching. Okay. All right. So here's the challenge recap. Crush goal, grew business by 1.5, which promised a bonus in writing. Told that management it's not happening. Loves the customers, his or her customers. Hates what the company is turning into. That pains me. Ready to leave and doesn't know when to pull the trigger. Okay. So here's my answer. I see the betrayal. I got you. Okay, I see it. You have every right to be frustrated and kind of feel really bummed out about that. Angry maybe if that's happening. I totally get it. Let's drop the emotion. This isn't about emotion. I think we should diagnose really the structure. And I'm going to go back to answer number 1, where I talked about the FSM, the audit. Where we made those 3 columns, but I'm gonna word your columns a little differently, I think. So I would say whoever this is, or if you're in something similar, piece of paper. I would take probably a pen, piece of paper, and I would just write down 3 columns again. The first column I write down is current position, because you're questioning, like, basically you want to bounce, right? So I'd write down current position. And for you, I'd write down like what energizes you, what drains you. There's that. But in column 2, I'd write down current company. I'd write down aligned versus cultural friction. Like, what are you aligned with? And then what's like the cultural friction here? Okay. And then current career, I would write down growth potential versus personal sacrifice. Just going to say it. I mean, I had to put myself in your shoes. All right. So like I did. So really I'd be evaluating right now. Does your role energize you? Does it drain you? I would figure out if the company if it's friction, you're not really screwed. You're just in the wrong structure. If it's the company, I would say if it's the career, if it's not the career and you feel like the career is still a good fit, then your client's not the issue, obviously. I think the idea, and I'm going to give you some prompts, okay? I'm going to give you I'm actually going to give you, I'm going to go rogue for my notes here. Okay. I think that what I would do most likely is I would probably start to document your numbers and build some sort of a 90-day transition plan. I hope this is good advice. I'm actually just telling you, whoever this is, what I would do if I was in your shoes. I would probably start tracking actively my wins, my active projects, my reorder potential. If you have a pipeline, I would use it religiously. I would probably give myself a 90-day roadmap, a 90-day transition plan. I would document everything. I hate to say this. Shit. I don't know if I can use that. Edit that out if I can't use that. Sorry. I would begin quiet research. I would do a little bit of discovery, a little bit of outreach. I would talk to some trusted peers, some trusted supplier partners, maybe some competing organizations. I would stop waiting for the company to do the right thing. I think they've showed you their values. Just going to say it. So you have to believe them. When somebody shows you kind of their values, unless there's ownership there, unless there's change. I think you got to believe them. I don't think that you're stuck, whoever you are. I think you're probably just scared to leave. So I don't know. I mean, YOLO, just like if you're daydreaming about leaving, you got to leave, you know? So I think I would start documenting your wins, your losses over 90 days and create your own little transition plan. I would make those columns, figure out what energizes you versus what drains you, what you're aligned with, and then culturally, where there's some friction for you, what your growth potential could be, and then what your personal sacrifice is. And then I would evaluate that. That's what I would do. Oh, I hope that helps. Okay. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I would say that's where I'm at with that one. I would track that. Your customers aren't the problem. The brands aren't the problem. And also, if your customers aren't the problem, they're going to follow you. So I would just say deuces. I hope that's okay. Okay. All right. That's all I got. Thank you for joining the FSM Sales Confessional second episode. I'm going to pick, I keep getting letters every day. So thank you guys for submitting letters. I'm going to be back again in a few weeks. Take care of yourself, lift weights, go walk, drink green tea, get good sleep, and magnesium's really good. So anyways, that's all I got. All right, guys, I'm here if you need me. You can thank Promo Corner like I do for this opportunity. And then if you want to submit your forms, my Instagram or my LinkedIn, it's in my bio. And then Promo Corner's website, it's on there. And then you can reach out to me. I'll send you the link. Okay, bye. Happy Friday. All right, I'm done. See ya.